Hey.
Alright, y'all, so with the Boston Celtics being my favorite team in the NBA, I try not to talk about them too much on this channel just because I watch most of their games, I know a lot about them, and the whole point of this channel, in my eyes, is to look at the teams that I don't know as much about and learn about them, and then in turn help you guys learn about them too. But I also thought today would be a good day to talk about Jayson Tatum and why he is so great at the game of basketball. Got the Celtics back into first place in the Eastern Conference with a big win over the Philadelphia 76ers in Philly last night. Did it without Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis, and yeah, at the end of the day, just let a man dick ride for a couple minutes. So far through 11 games this season, Tatum is again playing at an MVP level. His scoring has dipped a little bit from last season, but he's still at 28.5 points per game. Rebound and assist numbers are about the same as well, still over a steal per game. But the thing that has stood out the most to me, statistically at least, is the shooting efficiency. Tatum is currently averaging his least amount of shots per game in the last 4 seasons at a little under 20 a game. But in turn, he's also shooting over 50% for the first time in his entire career. His 3-point shooting numbers are looking great again, and he's literally just a hair under 40%. He's at .398, still at 9 attempts per game though, which is crazy. I know a lot of people were writing off the Jayson Tatum 3-point shot, but his shot didn't write back. But perhaps the most confusing thing is his free throw shooting, which is just a quick little side tangent here, but he's down almost 3 free throw attempts per game, which is something that I absolutely hate to see. And perhaps even worse, he's under 80% from the free throw line too so far to start the season. Now, I fully expect that to regress back to the mean at some point. But again, this is the first time in his career that he's under 80% from the foul line. He's usually like an 85% foul shooter. So definitely hoping that we get to see some more aggressive Tatum getting to the free throw line and getting some easy points later on throughout the season. But for now, I'll let it slide. Either way, Tatum absolutely dominated this game, had 29 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Again, no Jaylen Brown, no Kristaps Porzingis to help him out, and he still looked like the best player on the court in this game with the last season's MVP on the court. I understand that this changes pretty much week to week, but Jayson Tatum looks like the best player in the East right now. And I also understand that, Joel Embiid having an off night, getting clamped up by Al Horford also helps reinforce this take. But that also does not take away from the fact that, again, Tatum just had a really complete game. He does it on all facets: passing, shooting, playmaking, defense. He does it all. Offensively, Tatum was doing it at all 3 levels. He was absolutely killing Embiid in drop defense in this one. I think he had like 3 or 4 pull-up threes out of the pick and roll where it was just such an easy look for Tatum to walk into. And I understand why teams give him this shot. It's a shot that he hasn't necessarily been the most efficient in recent years, but again, with the improved 3-point shooting so far this season through the first 11 games, if Tatum can continue to consistently hit these shots, then he is going to reach an even new height of unstoppable. Outside of that, he continued to do his typical work in the mid-range, posting up, hitting post fades. Even had this really nice sequence in the second half. If you follow Nate on Twitter, Neight, he's a great follow for all Celtics fans, and he pointed this out that Tatum hit DeAnthony Melton with a really nice post fade on the left wing midi area. And then later on in the fourth quarter, went to the exact same move, but pump faked it the second time and got free throws for easy points. And it's just sequences like that prove to me that Tatum is still improving. He is continuously getting better and reaching new heights as a player. And to see him be in MVP conversations the past couple seasons, and then to again notice that he is continuing to get better, it just brings me such security as a Celtics fan. Now, when it came to driving to the rim in this one, I'll be honest, it wasn't the prettiest Tatum game in this area of the field, but he still did some good work getting rim pressure. He was, driving and kicking, putting up shots, driving getting to the foul line, all those good things. But I was just happy to see that despite the fact he wasn't having a ton of success driving to the rim, he still stayed aggressive and continued to do it because, again, even if he's not scoring, it just opens up the Celtics offense so much. Tatum also continues to be really good at moving the ball, has a great IQ offensively, knows when to, possess the ball and hold on to it and manipulate the defense, but also knows that there are some times where the ball just does not need to touch his hands for more than half a second, and he swings it really quickly. And even though he didn't have any crazy assists or flashy passes, it's the little things that I appreciate, that he just knows how to move the ball and to keep the offense flowing. And obviously, I can't move on without talking about the defense as well. It's a big reason why Tatum finds himself in the MVP conversation the past couple seasons. It's because not only is he one of the best wing scorers in the entire NBA, but he's also one of the elite wing defenders as well. And similar to the passing, there really wasn't anything crazy he did in this one, but still a bunch of little things that add up in the long term across the entire game. He can play great defense without fouling. He knows that he has the long arms and wingspan that he can just affect shots and make them more difficult for the opposing team. He can also use those long arms, and he's got great active hands that he can poke the ball away from guys when they're driving to the rim. He had this really nice one on Tyrese Maxey. Again, overall, it was just a complete game from Jayson Tatum. The fact that, again, he can have like a 29, 8, and 6 stat line, and it didn't even feel like he really went off in this game, but that being the baseline essentially for what Jayson Tatum does on a nightly basis is just so awesome to see from a Celtics fan's perspective. But I should also point out, it wasn't just Jayson Tatum that got them this win. Obviously, basketball is a team sport. Al Horford had a great throwback performance. Throwback's not even the right word. Just a great Al Horford performance in general. The man's 37, and he is just continuing to dominate games, especially against the Sixers. It really is crazy that of every single player in the NBA that you can put on Joel Embiid one-on-one, Al Horford continues to be the best option. You know, obviously there will be nights, Embiid has had them against the Celtics in the past, where he is his MVP form and he is hitting every shot imaginable. But on nights like this, where he's not getting the tough shots to fall and you're forcing him to hit those tough shots and you're playing great defense without fouling like Al Horford does, he makes him look human, and it's crazy to see. Not to mention, Horford also had 5 blocks throughout this game. I think 1 or 2 of them on Embiid, but most of them on guards trying to attack him at the rim, pick and roll or other actions. And again, he's a 37-year-old rim protector that can also stretch the floor, and he continues to be such a huge piece of this puzzle for the Celtics. Outside of that, Jrue Holiday and Derrick White continue to be my favorite backcourt I've ever seen on a team ever. They're just both such solid players. Derrick White continues to probably be my favorite player in the entire league. He had 27 in this one, and he's just awesome. I can't even, words can't describe how amazing Derrick White is. In addition to that, Sam Hauser was pretty good in his spot start. He's been solid to start the season. He's hitting threes. Love to see that. And perhaps one of the biggest surprises for the Celtics this season is that Luke Kornet has actually been a viable third big. I know he hasn't gotten a ton of run, but in the games where either Porzingis or Al Horford have been out, he stepped up and provided some solid minutes off the bench. So yeah, I was someone in the offseason who thought we needed to go out and find a different, better third big, but for now I'm rocking with Kornet. I can see the vision that Brad Stevens had like 5 years ago. So yeah, Celtics take back first place. Great win. I'm feeling good. I mean, if you look at the advanced stats, I think Celtics are top 5 or maybe even top 3 at this point in offensive rating, defensive rating, and net rating, which is pretty good if you aren't able to tell. So yeah, Celtics fans have been eating pretty good this season. I'm ready for them to go on like a 2-3 game losing streak though, and just watch the entire fan base collapse as we do every single year for absolutely no reason. But that's part of the fun of it. That's all I got for this one. As always, if you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, all those good things, and I'll catch you all in the next one.